All right, we're back here now. Again, this is going to be an abbreviated show as there's a lot of young people that have other commitments with other spring sports and things going on. So we only have two on today's Star of the Game, but hey, they're two important young men. We're going to make sure to talk to them a little bit. Mr. Gothard, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Randy, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Jody, you were the player of the game or star of the game with the Washington Courthouse Miami Trace Boys Series. You remember what series, what your series numbers was?
About 480, I think. 480 series.
You make me sick pulling that kind of stuff. You know that?
Should it be better?
No, just pulling 480. Well, I don't know. You better talk to Ron about that. You know, he might want you better. 480 is pretty impressive, okay? I'm sorry. I gave it to you the wrong way there. But when you go up against schools like Washington Courthouse, you know, the natural opponent, you got Hillsborough and things like that. Do you go into a match maybe a little bit more different mentally?
No, I don't think so. We usually, handle every opponent with the same mentality. You got to take them seriously, because if you lay back, they could come and beat you. And if we don't take them seriously enough, we could get beat. We're looking to come in and win every time. How
long during the off season do you try to practice?
At least 3 times a week. You got to stay in the bowling alley.
Really?
You got to stay on that grind. You got to keep going to keep up with your game.
When you practice? What are some of the things you try to work on, or do you just throw it down there and go with it?
Well, the coach says to us all the time, spares are the most important part of the game. So usually it's mostly spares. Find the pocket most of the time. Just looking to get in the zone. But spares are key for us and our team, and they have been the key for the past 4 years.
What was the highlight of your career, or even this year for you personally?
The highlight of my career is going to state this year. We placed third at districts. We bowled really, really well, and me and Jake Manbevers, we sort of led our team into state, and I thought we did a really good job this season, and I was really proud of us.
I know Miami Trace sometimes was Division II, sometimes Division I, like you have been, I think, the last 2 years, if I remember correctly. You're going up against a lot of tougher competition, especially in that Dayton-Cincinnati area.
Yeah, it's really tough. They're really, really good, and they're really, really impressive. And you can learn a lot from them. If you watch them, watch how good they are, watch how they take it seriously. You can learn a lot from just watching the people around you.
When you play different lanes and stuff like that, what are some of the things that you look for?
For me, I just try to get comfortable. I try to get comfortable with myself, with my balls, try to find the pocket, and pick up spares, because if you're having a bad day on spares, you're not going to have a good day at all.
You're a junior?
I'm a senior, sir.
Oh, messed up class.
It's all right. It's all right.
All right, so you're a senior. So now, what are you going to do? What's your expectations for life?
Attend the University of Kentucky and major in food science.
Really?
Yes, sir.
That's an interesting field. What attracted you to that?
I wanted to stay in the agriculture realm, but not do anything too big or too little. I just wanted to do me,
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you do a lot of FFA stuff?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Any other things you played in school?
I do tennis. I'm on the tennis team, and I played some golf for the golf team.
Really? Okay, good. What was some of your classes that kind of your favorites?
I really like AP Chemistry. I think chemistry is one of my favorite subjects, and I just like spending time in the lab doing some fun stuff, with chemicals. And
you're not one of these mad scientists or anything, right? That we have to worry about.
Try not to be.
Well, you never know. The way things are in school these days.
Yes, sir.
What is the craziest thing you've ever made in the lab?
Oh.
That you can talk about.
We lit a Cheeto on fire once.
What?
We lit a.
Did they really burn?
Yeah. Because we like the flaming hot Cheetos. We're gonna see if they actually lit on fire, and we burnt some Cheetos.
Okay, I'll remember that next time I go to the store.
It works.
It works. What in your background you felt in sports? I guess I'm going to jump back there a little bit. What is something in your background in sports you feel will help you as you go to college and things like that?
Well, sports, I guess I've learned a lot of teamwork stuff. Being on the bowling team, it's a lot of teamwork, a lot of understanding people around you. So I feel like my teamwork will help with my future career, my future jobs. Just getting to know people and creating good relationships.
Good, good. Well, good luck
Thank you.
in your future endeavors. Sorry, I had you as a junior. I thought maybe you'd come back. You want to get out of school, right?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm ready to go to college.
Really?
Go to more school.
More school?
More
Yeah.
school.
That's the way you put it, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations. You were the star of the game, bowling against Washington Courthouse back in December. That's been a long time.
Long time ago.
All right. Jenna Gothard joined us with. We'll be back with more in just a moment right here on the Epifano Sports Network.
I step into the golden arches, feeling the beat. Gonna tell you about a sandwich that's a special treat. Got that bacon sizzler, a taste you won't forget. With that Cajun ranch, it's a flavor you won't regret. Wanna dance with me to the rhythm of the McCrispy? It's a party for your taste buds, can't you see? Grab that sandwich, take a bite and get down with each crispy crunch. We'll paint the town.
All right, we're back here for the Star of the Game program. Had to remember for a second what show we're on now. We brought Ron Moore Sr. back one more time, talk a little bit about Jonah. And, an outstanding young man, seems like very intelligent, and had a 483 series, I believe he said. Just another of your top players that you could count on this year.
Been very fortunate, and Jonah's a great kid. Works hard, tries hard. Most of the time we used him in the leadoff spot, and a lot of the boys doesn't like to do the leadoff spot, but Jonah seemed to do it well. You get the team started off right.
When you have such a senior-oriented team like you did this year with him and Jake and so forth like that, is there a tendency sometimes of the kids from their part maybe being a little bit overconfident, or did you feel that your team overall were pretty level throughout the year?
They're pretty level. I try hard to not let them get overconfident, because overconfidence can hurt you a lot more than you think. You got to be confident.
Right.
You got to be confident to compete in any sport, but you can't let it get out of hand to where you think you've got it won before the match actually starts, because if you do, that's usually when it'll bite you.
Yeah. When you look back at your team, as we mentioned before, one of the highlights was that you guys got to the state tournament this year and so forth. When did you guys kind of, in the back of your mind, maybe not necessarily you, but maybe the kids, like, hey, we're actually getting ready to go to state? Did they have to wait till almost the very end, or were they pretty confident during the competition?
Well, the only time they can figure that out is they go to the sectionals. If they make it out of the sectionals, they get to the district. In order to get to the state, you got to make it out of the district, and they can think about it, but when they actually do it in the district, that's when it really hits them. And I think they worked hard this year, and they earned it, all of them. And Jonah's probably kind of our lead guy, and he always seemed to start them off on the right track.
Sometimes when you have a mixture of a team, especially with several different seniors, you hate to say it, you've seen a lot of good teams, good talent individually, but the chemistry is like, it seemed like overall your kids really got along very, very well.
We had great chemistry on the team this year. It seemed like once in a while you get this one or two players that kind of stirs up the trouble or something a little bit. Not necessarily stirs up the trouble, but kind of not on the same page. But this group has seemed to always been worked well together, tried hard, practiced well together, and give it their all.
Okay.
And it's been a blessing.
Good. Well, thanks for hanging around a little bit. I hate to ask you to hang around for just a few more minutes, but we got to get pictures.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Not
so
a
if you give
problem.
us about 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes, we'll get the picture with Jonah and Landon, and then we'll let you guys go, okay?
All right. Thanks,
All right,
Randy.
thanks. Appreciate
all you guys do for the kids.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. We got one more star of the game, so stay with us right here on the Epifano.
I step into the golden arches, feeling the beat. Gonna tell you about a sandwich that's a special treat. Got that bacon sizzling, a taste you won't forget. With that Cajun ranch, it's a flavor you won't regret. Wanna dance with me to the rhythm of the McCrispy? It's a party for your taste buds, can't you see? Grab that sandwich, take a bite and get down with each crispy crunch.
All right, we're back here now. Our final star of the game is Landon St. Clair. Landon was supposed to be at a baseball game, and he's here today, and we appreciate that. Everybody kept trying to say, well, he's supposed to be in a baseball game. I said, no, wait a minute. No. Yeah, he was. Wait a minute. He's here. That's good. That's all right. Landon, you got the star of the game. You had a match against Washington Courthouse back in January. And I'm going to be honest with you, after so many interviews and so many sports, details get a little fuzzy and stuff. Can you kind of, do you remind how you did in that match?
Before the match, or
No, during the match, your personal results. I know you won a big match, but I can't remember. Did you come from behind?
I believe I was up by like a couple points during the whole match,
Okay.
and then he kept like getting reversals, and then it would get closer and closer. But then I think at the end, I ended up putting him on his back, and then getting back points. So
Did that go in overtime?
no,
Okay. I must have been another match. Well, obviously that's not supposed to be on the air, that horn. Anyway, how'd your season overall go?
pretty good. I made it out. I made it to districts.
Okay.
And I went 1-2, but I mean it was pretty good overall.
You probably found out, like a lot of other guys, as the tournament goes, the harder it's getting,
yeah.
things like that. Who was probably the toughest guy you had to go up against this year?
I'm not sure. I'm not good with names.
Oh, okay.
Half the time I don't even like pay attention. I just go out there and wrestle.
You're in the zone, right?
Yeah.
What is the best move you have?
Probably double underhooks into throwing. That's
Okay, I'd ask you to show it to, but I don't know. Maybe you can describe it. I don't know.
Well, like, okay, so you take your arms and you put it like under their armpits, and then
Okay.
you just like lean back and
Okay.
then throw them. So
Now I know you're kind of muscular up here and stuff like that. So you kind of use your strength and things like that.
yeah.
You obviously you lift some weights, right?
Well, occasionally.
Occasionally. Okay. You play other sports?
Yeah.
Football? No?
I might play this year. I'm
Okay.
thinking about it. If I have time, I will.
What other sport do you play?
Baseball, and I ran track last year,
Okay.
and I did pole vault.
We did pole vault last year. Well, you have to have some strength and that you get off the ground and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's good. What is the things that you've recognized during your wrestling career that you have some pride in? You feel that is good for you?
The environment is just like unmatched. Like you're around people that like they're just always there. They're helping you all the time, and then
Team chemistry is good and stuff
Yeah,
like that. And
extremely.
that comes from the top, from your coach on down and things like
Yeah.
that. Miami Trace has always had an outstanding wrestling program for years.
Yeah.
Different coaches, Coach Mallory, Coach Roberts, and so forth. Does that do you guys think about that as students, the pressure that, the program has, that everyone's shooting for you because you guys have set the standard? Or do you even think about things like that?
I feel like it's not, like we don't look at it from their standpoint, like, oh, we have to do this because we're expected to. We just go out there and give everything we have, and then it all just falls into place.
How much off-season work do you do as far as wrestling?
Well, I'm in summer ball, so
okay.
For the first probably about 3/4 of the summer, I'm traveling with baseball.
Oh, okay.
So, and then after that, I go to the open mats and the lifting that they have for the rest of the summer, and then
Is the open mats kind of
like optional practices,
Oh, okay.
essentially. Yeah.
do you go up against guys that are bigger than you?
Yeah. Connor Harrison, he was my partner for a good majority of this year. He weighed about 190, 195.
You were at 160,
144.
144.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put the extra weight on you.
That's fine. I'm probably up to 160 right now, but
Is that what you plan maybe wrestling next year, 160, or you need to go back down?
maybe 57.
57?
I don't want to go down too far because
Right.
this year was a struggle to maintain weight. But
When you do that struggling part and stuff like that, what are some of the things you have to kind of adapt to? I mean, what off the mat stuff that you have to do? Do you have to not eat for a couple days? I don't want to say a couple days. That really gets you weak.
yeah,
But
it's just watching like really closely what you eat, like putting the right stuff in your body, going for a run every once in a while,
okay,
sleeping in sweats, sweating everything off. But
okay,
that's usually like day before, day of stuff.
okay.
That's not like every day.
So you are a junior. All right, phew, got the right class this time. So you got one more year.
Yeah.
What have you ever kind of started thinking about? Okay, next wrestling season, I want to do this. What would
Yeah.
that be?
I want to make it to the state.
Want to go to the state?
Yeah. I was shooting for it this year, but I got sick like a week before districts, and then
Oh,
I was just drained. So
yeah.
I didn't do too bad still, but I could have done way better.
Well, it's kind of hard to really wrestle 3 or 4 matches in a couple days.
Yeah.
You're not feeling good and stuff. Well, I wish you the best of luck on that. All right. Enjoy summer ball.
Thank you.
All right. Hang around. We'll take your picture in just a few minutes. All right.
All right.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we got one more guest. Stay with us right here on the Epifano Sports Network.
I step into the golden arches, feeling the beat. Gonna tell you about a sandwich that's a special treat. Got that bacon sizzling, a taste you won't forget. With that Cajun ranch, it's a flavor you won't regret. Wanna dance with me to the rhythm of the McCrispy? It's a party for your taste buds. Can't you see? Grab that sandwich, take a bite, and get down with each crispy crunch.
All right. With us now is Mr. Fundale from Miami Trace, the coach of the Panthers. How long have you been out there now?
I believe this is my 10th or 11th year head coach.
Really? Wow.
So,
I know you've been out there
probably head coach 9 years, sorry.
9 years. Okay. This year's program, overall, give us a synopsis of it.
I mean, we try to stay fairly consistent. We usually win the FAC. We always, the sectional title is always a goal of ours. Place high at the district tournament. 3 years back, we had a really solid team. We had 3 state placers and a state qualifier in the same year. That was probably the best year we've had as a team in general, for me as a head coach. This season, we had 1 state qualifier. We had I think we had 7 or 8 district qualifiers. My state qualifier fell a little bit short of his goals, He wanted to place this year because he made it last year. He wanted to not only make it this year but also place. But we won the McDonald's tournament this year. We did win sectionals, like I said. Overall, pretty good environment. The numbers were a little low compared to in years past. We usually start out the season with probably between 25 and 30 wrestlers. This year we ended the season with 18 to 20.
Really?
So it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to work with anybody that wants
Right.
to work hard with me, but just low numbers this year, but hopefully we can get those up a little bit.
Any reason for that?
Just the timing sometimes is just how it works. This coming season, we should have anywhere between 7 and 10 seniors.
Okay.
So that's a lot of seniors to have on a high school wrestling team because
Yeah.
it's tough for kids to stick it out all 4 years.
Right.
So you got seven or 10 seniors. I mean,
Wow.
it should make a big difference.
You're from the New Lex area, so
Yes, sir.
you're kind of in the background of a school that's kind of maybe the size of the Trace. Would that be fair to say?
Very similar. Yep.
So you've never maybe had the advantage of being a coach in a big wrestling program like a St. Ignatius and
Yeah, St.
Graham
Anne's,
and all
sure.
them schools. You know, it seemed like they got kids coming out of the woodwork to be in the wrestling program.
Yeah.
How do you try to work sharing the kids with different programs and stuff like that?
You mean as far as off season? We mean Sharon just.
Yeah, Sharon. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. I mean, right now in the off season, we have a few guys that go to Dublin Kaufman and wrestle 2 days a week.
Okay.
We got a few guys that sometimes will go to Beaver Creek and do some freestyle wrestling down there. We do have open mats. It's pretty much open to anybody in the area.
Right.
And Courthouse has some availability at their school. They allow our kids to go in and roll around with them. So as long as our guys are on the mat, that's how you get better. You can't get better at wrestling if you're not on the mat wrestling.
Right.
Pretty simple, but we let our guys go wherever they want. And for the most part, we got kids that want to put in the work in the off season, and we got the parents that are willing to drive them around. So
How much high school sports has changed so much over the years? It seems like most schools or sports are a little bit more open to more coaching and stuff like that during the off-season stuff. Have you seen that change in the wrestling area or not?
what do you mean open to more coaching?
Well, a lot of coaches, the seasons have extended sometimes. Maybe you can
Oh.
do 7-on-7, blah, 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 things like that. Have you guys had that effect?
I haven't seen the effect really. There's a preview at the beginning of every season, like a scrimmage. This season was 1 week shorter, mainly because we start mid-November and we end mid-March. It's a pretty long season,
Yeah.
especially if guys are trying to maintain their weight for 4 to 5 months. This season we started a week later and ended at the exact same time that we did last season, so it was one week shorter. I mean, I haven't noticed anything crazy different. And I mean, I've been around coaching for, like I said, 10 years, but I've been in the sport my whole life.
Is there a lot of wrestling tournaments during the summer months and stuff that kids can participate in and stuff like that? So
Just got to look for them. Just get on the internet, email your coaches, text other coaches. They're pretty easy to find if you really want to find them.
I know that you've started a girls program in the junior high level. I'm not sure how much involvement you guys have on that as far as the boys coach and stuff, but is that something that you guys it's kind of a long range plan to eventually have a varsity, or?
We're open to it. I mean, we just got to get the interest. The last couple years, we've had a few girls interested in wrestling at the high school level, and this year, I don't know if it was a few parents or for whatever reason the advertising was really, really good, but the middle school program did explode with like 10 girl wrestlers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're open to if they want to continue their wrestling career at the high school level. I know that we had the 8th graders at the middle school that are now going to be freshmen. We're there for them.
Okay.
I know that we have to, speaking with my athletic director, we have to have consistent interest and consistent numbers to be an official girls team with their own schedule and things like that. But I mean, we're pretty flexible as far as figuring out ways to get girls, wrestling, and now it's a recognized sport by the OHSAA.
Is that one of the biggest changes you've seen in wrestling overall?
Yeah, back when I said 2 minutes ago I didn't see any changes, like the girls being recognized as an official part of the state tournament. So.
Okay, what do you as a coach try to work on during the off season personally? do you set goals for kids, and do you follow up on it, or are you just like, okay, here's what we need to work on, go?
Well, we give them the opportunity. My assistant coaches and I, we have weightlifting and open mats 3 times a week, at least 3 times a week. We give them every opportunity. If they text us and say, hey, can we rearrange the schedule a little bit, we'll maybe try to figure something out. Building relationships, I think, with the kids in the off season, make sure they know that you are really interested in their success, and make it a fun environment. I mean, yeah, you show up in the morning and lift weights and wrestle. It can be a little less fun than sleeping in and hanging out with your buddies and playing video games and stuff. But if you make the workout session fun and interesting for the kids, it's almost like a hangout session where we also, work towards our athletic goals. You can get the numbers out. You can get kids to stick around and put the work in the off season. I mean, they got summer jobs, they have other interests, but couple hours, couple days a week, just to get on the mat, get in the weight room. I think that's a big deal. I think that's a testament to that's helped build our program up a little bit. It's keeping kids interested, keeping them working.
Okay, final questions. Talk a little bit about Landon. He was recognized as our star of the game in the match against Washington Courthouse. Obviously, he wants to get better next year for his senior year. What are some of the things that you thought he did well and things that you hope he works on?
This season, he started to develop a little bit more versatility. I think his freshman and sophomore year, he was probably really focused on doing like 1 or 2 different moves from one or two different positions. He's always been a really good scrambler. This season, he developed a lot more attacks from the neutral position. He gained a lot more confidence from the top position. We could probably work on bottom a little bit from the bottom position. There was a couple matches that are in my head now. The Cambridge tournament is one at the very beginning of the season. Just wasn't ready, but he just didn't. From the bottom position, he just froze up. But he needs to work. He needs to get in the weight room. He knows that. He needs to get in the wrestling room. I know he's got baseball. He's pretty active during the summer. He's got a summer job, I know, but he can find time to do that. And I know his teammates want to hang out with him a little bit and see him in there, and just ask questions when he's confused about a certain position. He is a senior now.
Right.
He's been wrestling his whole life, so he's got plenty of experience. I think he just needs to be a little bit more confident, because being a senior, being pretty strong, I actually don't enjoy tying up with Landon in the practice room. He's a lot stronger than he looks, and he even looks kind of strong.
Yeah, he does.
So he's surprisingly strong. So he's got that advantage already. I think he just needs to believe in himself that he's got the experience. He's got the coaches around that are willing to help him out. He's got a good group of classmates. Like I said, he's going to have 7 or 8 other senior teammates around him. Believe in the program, believe in the work, and have a little bit of confidence. He started to develop that this year. I think next year is going to be an even bigger jump. That's what we hope for.
We'll keep an eye on him and see how he does.
Yeah.
And appreciate you coming out today, Ben. Thanks for coming and staying a little bit long.
That's
but
all right.
we appreciate the coaches that are hanging around, and want to talk about the young people. We appreciate that so much. We'll take our final comment in just right after this. Stay with us right here on the Epifano Sports Network. All right, well, we've had quite a lengthy morning. We do appreciate all the students and the coaches hanging around with us. Some have been here for almost 3 hours, my goodness. But these are great programs. This gives us a way to talk to young people and their coaches about the seasons that they've had, whether it's been for a whole season or if it's been an individual game where they've won the Star of the Game Awards as well. We do have spring coming up. Probably do that probably late May, early June. We'll talk more about that as we get closer to it. Our thanks again to all the coaches and the students that joined us today. Thanks to you for joining us. And don't forget, when you continue to put your dollars into the McDonald's restaurants, that they give a share back to the community, so it's a win-win situation for us all. For Nick Epifano, I'm Randy Young. Thanks for joining us here on the Epifano Sports Network.